the prospect of friends and family reuniting in small groups as the lockdown rules begin to ease, but the details depend on where you live in the UK.
Dentists in England are told they can reopen from the 8th of June, but many practices warn they won't be ready in time.
Counting the cost of furlough, the Chancellor will ask employers to pay more of the bill, but could it mean that there are more job losses? I'll look at the impact for millions of workers.
Sport is on its way back. Subject to government approval, we could see the first Premier League matches being staged on the 17th of June. And could the first international sport of the summer happen here at Emirates Old Trafford? We've got news on how cricket is preparing to return.
National Trust parks and gardens will reopen from next week. From the 3rd of June, outdoor spaces at National Trust properties will open for the first time since lockdown, but only a third of the usual number of visitors will be admitted, and visitors will have to book in advance. Friday morning's front pages from the papers. Let's start with the Daily Mail, hailing Happy Monday as the day when groups of 6 will be allowed to meet up outdoors in England. We will be illustrating for you this morning because these regulations, which are all coming in, vary across the various parts of the UK. We'll talk more about that throughout the morning.
The Mirror's front page features an image of the Prime Minister's top advisor, Dominic Cummings, after Durham police said he might have broken lockdown rules.
Sun says millions of football fans are celebrating the Premier League announcement. All 92 remaining matches will be shown on live TV, with a third of them for free. That's according to the paper.
And one of the most watched videos on the BBC News website tells the story of a woman who's been locked down at home with 70 spiders. Caitlin Henderson was working for a spider exhibition when the coronavirus pandemic hit, and she's been taking care of them since. So they haven't made it sound then, as I started reading that her house was overrun with spiders. But she's looking after them. Lovely.
What have you got for us in the inside pages?
One thing, I suppose, this situation does is it just makes you reassess the way you live your life and your attitudes to other people. We're talking about Clap for Carers yesterday, you know, a sense of community. And celebrity rows, you kind of talk about, and there's always been this thing, hasn't there, between Robbie Williams and Liam Gallagher, you know, sniping at each other. And this is quite nice. On Saturday, it was in the papers, the Mirror has had in the paper that Robbie Williams' father is suffering from Parkinson's disease. And Robbie said, you know, we've got a lot of family issues. My dad's got Parkinson's, my mother-in-law has a big illness, and we can't get to them. And it's something that many people will be able to relate to. But Liam Gallagher has reached out to him and just said, I'm sorry to hear that. Light's going out to your family. Stay cool and in tune. And they were friends ages ago. I know it's just kind of like celebrities and their bust-ups, but it's just a nice example of two people who kind of dug their heels in and just like, you know what? Family matters.
There are more important things sometimes, aren't there? There are more important things.
Nice. Dental practices in England have been told they can reopen from a week on Monday if they have the right personal protective equipment. The British Dental Association has said millions of patients will welcome the news, but warned that not all practices will be able to get up and running straight away.
A further 377 people have died with coronavirus across all settings in the UK, taking the total death toll to 37,837.
Now, some lockdown restrictions are being lifted around the UK. We can look at the proposed changes across the nations. In England, up to 6 people will be able to meet outside from Monday, including in gardens, provided that those from different households do stay 2 metres apart.
Scotland will also relax some restrictions. That is from today. One household can meet up with one other household in a group of no more than 8 people, as long as it's outdoors and at a distance. And some outdoor sports can resume, including golf, tennis, bowls and fishing.
Now, in a significant development, the Welsh Government will change its message from stay at home to stay local from next week. It will also allow people from 2 different households to meet outdoors with no restrictions on numbers attending. And in Northern Ireland, outdoor weddings with 10 people present could be allowed from the 8th of June. The executive there has agreed. Large retailers such as car showrooms and shops in retail parks will also be allowed to reopen.